Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am back with another Wacky Wednesday for Spiegel Mom Scraps. This week I am going to be playing with a little bit of mixed media and showing you how I combine mixed media and some of the beautiful sequins from the shop to create kind of a unique background. So I am working with this picture of my son, and this is from when we were in Disney World over this past spring break. And when we were in the World Showcase, they were trying on these rice hats. And my older son put his on and, made me a face, and it was all good and fun and crazy looking, and everything was happy. And then my little guy put the hat on and immediately was all giggles. Like, couldn't even wait to see himself or his brother or look at anyone. Huge smiles, big giggles, and it was hilarious to us that he just thought this was so funny. So this is a picture of him during that time. And what you see me doing right now is I'm creating just a big bold photo mat to go with it. So I started with white cardstock, and then I went with a turquoise piece, kind of reddish coral, and then a black in the background. I am using mainly the crepe paper, the brand new Cool Kid collection this week, and I absolutely love this collection. So here you see I'm kind of playing with this vertical design, and this mixed media in the background page is what I thought I was going to use, and I ended up not liking it and throwing it away and starting over on something different. So at this point, I know that that background's not working, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do to create a different background instead. I am definitely keeping that really beautiful background to use on a different project. So here I'm taking my Stampin' Up! Punch, and I just grabbed some turquoise cardstock, and I'm creating that notebook edging. And then I'm also going to punch out some of these little tabs, both out of the reddish color pattern paper, as well as I'm going to go back and find the black and white plus signs that's also in that Cool Kid collection. I did want to mention that the turquoise detail layer on the photo actually came out of the girl collection from Crepe Paper. So rather than using the boy for everything, they didn't have the turquoise color that I was really looking for. So I went back to that girl collection, and they had the perfect color that I wanted, and that's that new Cute Girl collection. So here you see I've gone back and I've decided I want a black and white background rather than the black paper. And so I've pulled out that same Tim Holtz stencil I was using before and my black texture paste this time. And I'm adding some of my detail that way. And immediately I see that I like this so much better, and this is the way that I want to go. So I am going to, like I said, I'm going to save that other background for a different day. But I'm going to go with this one for this layout. And then I go ahead and pull out 3 different colors of my color shine. And these are the 3 main colors that are in this layout. So I have mustard, I have sweet cherry, which is like a red, and then I have teal. And I'm going to use those to just put splatters all along that diagonal. So that's what you see me doing right now, is just adding in that little bit of color. And you'll be able to see in the close-ups, this really does add a lot of dimension to the background, and it's a very simple technique to get a big impact. So when you see this layout, it is really going to make you stop and kind of look at what's going on. And then I have this vertical piece that I have assembled. So I've got my pattern paper with a tiny black, and then that turquoise notebook edging, and then those little tabs that I punched out of that same pattern paper. And then I'm going to take this frame that's also from the Cool Kid collection, and I'm actually going to cut it in half. And I'm going to use that around my 2 areas with the tabs. So it's going to just draw a little bit more attention to those places, and those are going to become kind of where my embellishments live, or where I have a little more extra detail added. And so you'll see that as we keep going. And then I'm just, playing with my picture, putting it back on there. I know that I want it towards the bottom of this layout. And I also knew that I didn't want this center column to be right in the middle. So I have it offset to the right, and I like that a lot better. It has a different look. I will sometimes do a vertical layout like this, where I have the column that goes completely through the middle of the page. And I just wanted something a little bit different. I'm using, really like bright, fun, funky colors for the layout, so I wanted the layout to be a little bit different. And now I'm just going through some of those other cool kid pieces. And I know that I want to use those puffy stickers for my title. And I also want to have this play all day banner, and it is going to stay up there at the top. And then these words that say don't grow up are going to be the majority of my title. So before I get to the point of putting that on, I'm just looking for some other little details that I am going to add and what I want those to look like. And then I find this little journaling box that says, "Hey, cool kid," and it kind of goes with the notebook paper and the theme I have going. It does have, which is kind of hard to see in the video, a silver border around it, so it is going to bring in some silver. So then I'm going to, start to mimic that silver detailing somewhere else, and I'm looking for some phrases that work, and I start with that adventure one. And I decided to go with "love this" because I wanted one silver and then one black. And the black one was perfect because it says "big smiles." So that's why I switched the black one to the silver one. And then I'm also going to add some extra details to that top little cluster that I have going on. And so I'm going to put these puffy sticker arrows just to point kind of to that "hey, cool kid." And then I'm going to go through and see what else there is that I might want to use in this collection. So I really love scrapbooking where I can combine different collections together, but then I also love when I find a collection I really like to create a couple projects with that collection that can really just use the elements as they're given to you. So this is one of those where I kind of pulled out some mixed media, pulled out some cardstock, couple pattern paper from the girl collection, but otherwise I'm pretty true to this crepe paper collection because it has all the colors that I needed to match my photo and all the elements that kind of went with the mood that I was trying to portray. So now you see I'm taking my sequins from the Spiegel Mom Scrap Store, and off screen I added those, and you can kind of see them scattered all over that mixed media background. And then I pulled out these star enamel dots from Studio Calico, and I'm also going to add some of those into the layers there that I have going on in the background. So I'm just building more interest. I have my black plus signs, I have my sequin details, there's some little teeny tiny silver stars that get scattered throughout that area, and now I'm adding a little bit of those red details. And there I just found a little white star that I'm also going to add. And just playing with finishing up those enamel dots, I did add a little puffy star up at the top where it says "play all day." And that's there for detail, but it's also there to help adhere that vellum piece. And then my title, "Don't Grow Up." And there you can kind of see in the close-ups how that background looks and where all the sequins and enamel dots are detailed. And I really had a lot of fun making this layout. It is definitely a Wacky Wednesday project, and I'll see you back here again next week for another Spiegel Mom Scraps Wacky Wednesday. Bye!